Welcome back. Today we're looking at the Uncanny Valley. Ooh. Things that are uncanny, so much so that it makes you feel like you've fallen into a valley. Wow. Not actually though. The Uncanny Valley is of course when you get too close to human likeness but not quite there. There's kind of a dip in how good we feel about something that looks like a human but not all the way there, where we're like, hey, that's close but it's not quite right. And we don't like that. Our brains do not like that. If it's a cartoon guy, we love that. Who doesn't love a cartoon guy? But if it's a very accurate, but not quite real, human 3D render or something, or like a robot, you know, that moves like a robot but looks kind of like a person, we don't like that. That's the Uncanny Valley. Kind of gives us the creeps. So let's look at that thing that gives us the creeps, shall we? The longer you look, the more uncanny it gets. Okay, we got a pretty real looking guy, but something tells me the longer we look, it's gonna get more uncanny. Okay. He's like morphing just slow enough that I can't tell if I'm just staring too long or if it's actually happening. But I think it's actually happening. Oh yeah. It's happening. His mouth's getting creepier. His eyes are getting bigger. His skin's getting paler. Okay, how are there 20 more seconds? This is far enough. Okay, I get it. It's uncanny now. Dude, it'd be a crazy thing to put a jump scare at the end of one of these videos. Wouldn't that be crazy? There isn't one, don't worry, but that would be a crazy thing to do. Whew. Okay, that's as far as it goes. We started here. Honestly, wow, we came a long ways, didn't we? It honestly didn't feel like we traveled that far in the moment. Well, no, it definitely felt like we went pretty far, but I don't know. I think seeing it and how much it changed over a full minute, it never felt like it moved that fast. But we basically went from being a regular guy to being like a pile of goop with eyes, you know? That's a lot that happened in a minute. This is like me when I have a cup of coffee and then, you know, a little time goes by and I'm like, man, where's my cup of coffee? Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee, am I right? You know, I get a lot of comments of people saying that I talk too much in these videos, and then they're like, dislike, I'm never watching you again. And I think about that whenever I'm talking about dumb jokes on the very first content we look at. Let's move forward. This cat with 2 black stripes on its eyes. Oh, dude, that's perfect. That's so funny. Yeah, from here it looks like just concerned, very human-like features, but it really is just some uncannily placed stripes. It's a very normal looking cat in every other way. It's just that it makes its eyes look super big. It's got such a furrowed brow. That's so funny, dude. And he was just born that way. Medical mannequins. Yikes. Yikes. Jeez, what a jump. It's just vaguely human in a bag, and then it's like, wha-bam, your friend with blue eyes. Jeez Louise, straight up the nostril too, that's crazy. And there's one more? Whoo! Dang, they didn't even give this one actual eyes. Why'd they give this one such bright, giant eyes? And they were like, you know what, that's kind of freaky. And they were like, how about just black? Just all black, just soulless eyes. It was like, you know what, there's gotta be a happy medium. I don't think these are your only 2 options. There's gotta be a third option. Maybe like regular eyes. But yeah, medical mannequins, we always see those in the Uncanny Valley stuff. They're always creepy. Especially because they always have to have like the right features. Like if it's a dental mannequin, like it has to have like a pretty accurate mouth, but everything else is obviously mannequin. Some ones have like, you know, different parts that are more lifelike than others, which makes it also feel pretty weird. Creepy, scary. Whoa. The clown dimension is looking cool these days. I don't think this is AI, but I have to check just to make sure. It's a show in Italy. Okay, we're good. That's crazy. This is real? This is a giant animatronic clown? Wow. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's uncanny. Dang, even the mouth moves. Whoa. That's crazy. Giant clown and smaller clowns. I don't know if clown is the right word for all of this. I'm kind of using a blanket term of clown. Everything is giving off heavy clown energy, so I don't feel too bad saying that. But sorry if there's, I don't know, some mimes in the mix. I don't know, man.
Oh, hey, Coco, what up, man? I was just finna come back out, bro. I came here to get a glass of water and tripped onto the bed, bro. It's crazy out here.
Yikes.
For real, though. What's up with you, bro? Remember on your birthday, I got you a birthday cake?
Holy
Coco, please, bro.
smokes. Is this a real dog? Whoa. Dang. That's so scary. And the
Coco,
light
what up,
turning off in the
man?
background
I was
is
just finna
well
come back out,
timed.
bro. I came here to get a glass of water and tripped onto the bed, bro. It's crazy out here.
Dude, the slow
For real,
walk,
though. What's up with you, bro?
the pitch black
Remember on your
eyes.
birthday, I got you a birthday cake? Coco, please,
This is a killer. That's crazy. Why are there so many scary looking dogs? You wouldn't think that dogs could fall under Uncanny Valley, but they always do. There's always some uncanny, and they're usually like poodles. I assume this is a poodle. I don't know enough if it's like a poodle mixed with something else, but they're usually like this looking kind of dog. They're just kind of freaky. I mean, they seem like the least freaky dog. If you had to like line up all the dogs, I'd be like, you know what? The big floofy one is the chillest. He's coming with me. The rest of them, you know, there's uncanny or creepy potential, but it's always the floofy one that's the uncanniest. Probably because it looks like the least like a dog. It just looks like a pile of floof. And then if you were to shave it, there's just a big rat under there. The slow walk is crazy. It looks like an animatronic.
I was just finna come back out, bro.
Dude, that's crazy. And it's a real video from all accounts. That's crazy. Who's counting the that's crazies today? Is anyone on that? I like when people count how many times I say that's crazy. It's become like a thing where now I feel like I say it more knowing people count. But I'm not trying to like crank up the numbers just for no reason. I think of like, you know, I say it when it's relevant. There's a lot of crazy stuff. That's actually kind of the theme of this channel. We look at things that are crazy. That's the whole thing. So I'm gonna keep saying it. My boyfriend hates when I make my Uncanny Valley face, but I think it's so funny. Let's see it. Whoa, you can just do that? Whoa, you can just do that? Dude, all these other pages are like spending all this time doing crazy makeup and stuff to make their eyes big and give them those weird smiles. And you can just do that? That's crazy. That's so impressive. Dude, if I could do this face on a dime, I'd be freaking people out all the time. My Halloween costume would just be me. Just on one, you know? Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome. Untapped potential here. You know, where were you during the Uncanny Valley trend? You should have just been doing those videos all the time. That's crazy. Okay. Oh my gosh, I said it again. That's crazy. Whew, that's insane. That's absurd. All right, challenge. I'm not gonna say that's crazy the rest of the video, all right? No more that's crazies. Starting now. It's better to give than to receive. Okay, I saw this one already, and this is top tier. Uncanny spinning lady with a cup, right? And just a head, just a guy's head in a bed. Like they didn't even bother with the rest of the body. But you put a coin in it, and if you can get it to land in the cup, she like pours it into his mouth, which is really interesting. I mean, he seems to love it. Like he is slightly happier. Oh, and just like you'd think, you know? 2 seconds later, he wants more money. That's just how it is, huh? That's life. That's society for you. It's never enough. Look at those eyes. Holy smokes. I have not been paying attention. Did I say that's crazy yet? I really hope not. I really want to make that a thing. Oh my gosh, I said it by saying it. Did I say it? That doesn't count. Okay, that's house rules. Look at these eyes, though. They're insane. And look at these eyes. They're insane. And let's see that little spin around again. The sit-up, they couldn't even give him like an actual proper smile. They couldn't even give him eyebrows. They just decided to just make the mouth go up on one side, and they were like, that's good. That's me when I'm happy right there. It's like, dude, he looks like an egg. The scariest egg I ever saw. But anyway, pretty cool. What a way to get people to donate, huh? Make a little scary diorama. That's wild. Due to the rapid change of frames, the brain doesn't have time to process the changing faces and fills in the details by itself, leading to distortion. You're literally hallucinating. Okay, so for these ones, you do it with me here. You stare at the middle of this, and then you're gonna see these two faces in your like peripherals, and they're gonna change faces to different faces, but your brain is kind of filling in the gap, so they're gonna look freaky. All right, let's do it. Keep your eyes on the cross. These faces have not been altered. Yeah, don't peek, because we'll go back and look at what they look like. Just trust the process. Stare at the little thingy, and then in your peripheral, they look like characters from an Elder Scrolls game. They look like every NPC from Oblivion. They look like goblins, gremlins, and you're for sure convinced, yeah, they actually look freaky as heck. They look like maniacs. But no, like that's enough. All right, we don't need to finish the video. That's enough. Now look at the faces. They're just normal looking people the whole time. You made it weird. Isn't that crazy? And the craziest thing is, actually this is crazy. I'm about to blow my own mind, all right? And hopefully this means something to you too. The weird wacky faces I saw when I looked at the cross thing and whatever, peripherals, probably different than the ones you saw. Like, I'm sure similar, but it's not like our brains are the exact brain that will process and fill in the blanks the exact same way. So like, you know, I'm sure you still saw gremlins, goblins, and characters from Oblivion, but not the same ones in the same order or anything, you know? Our brains just both did something jacked up with these faces, but not the same thing. That's kind of fun, you know? Maybe it's not that mind-blowing, but that's just kind of fun. Our brains are tripping in different ways. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, I love these kind of videos. I mean, they're one of the craziest, quickest little examples of how your brain's just doing freaky stuff sometimes. You know, people are like, oh, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something. I'm like, yeah, I bet you did. Your brain just makes creepy stuff happen sometimes to fill in the blanks. It's just guessing a lot of the times. And this is a great illustration of that. One more time. It's crazy because it's like instant too. It's not like after a long time your brain gets weird. It's like, no, immediately. I'm looking at the normal faces and I look at the middle, immediately they're just goblins. They're just terrifying out of the corner of my eye. And then I look at them, regular people. It's crazy. No, it's crazy. That doesn't count. It's crazy? No, that doesn't count. Okay, here we go.
Can you get the dog, please? I know how to get there.
Jeez.
Can you get the car, please? I know how to get there. Can you get the boy?
It's a lot of talent, but it makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me so uncomfortable that someone can do this. Like, it's a real person doing faces. It's really, also, I just noticed this right here. There's another face in the corner. That's terrifying. But dude, it's so impressive and so uncomfortable. And I really don't like watching it. Crazy levels of control over one's face. Granted, you can film this slowed down and then, you know, speed it up in post, which is probably what they did. But still, you know, it's still really impressive. And also, I don't like it. For the creators that we look at today that like made content, I'll try to link them. Not try, I'll link them. There's not a lot of like created content. Some of it's just found, you know, like this. Who do you give credit for this video? But you know, I'll try to credit everyone in here that made content as usual in the description. Whew, speaking of which, this girl on TikTok can make crazy facial expressions, they say. And so far, I agree with you. There's number one. Oh my gosh, yikes. Ooh, I feel weird being like, oh my gosh, this person's so scary looking. But I think that's like the point. That's like her bit here, is that she can make some crazy faces, you know? Like, I don't think you make this face and are like, hey, don't say that I look scary. It's like, no, she's trying to look scary, I think. I hope. This one's not that bad. This is actually fine. Well, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be scared of this one. The rest of them though, holy smokes. Also like the blinding flash photo in like the bathroom tile. Like, it's just a creepy photo. Wearing like what looks like a wedding dress almost. That's crazy. That's a crazy face. That's a crazy face. That's one that is on par with this one, you know, where it's just like, man, you can just do that. People have been spending time finding out how to make their face look like this or this with like a lot of uncanny valley makeup, and you can just do that? That's impressive. You should be proud of that. That's a useful talent. I just hate looking into people's mouths too. I just am not a big fan of that. You know, not a big fan of people's mouths and people's teeth. Nah, I'm okay. I can look at this one. This one, there's no teeth involved. That's scary, but it's, you know, I can look at it. It's fine. I've been told my art has an uncanny valley vibe. Let's see. Yeah, I think it does. I'm trying to think of what it is specifically though. The proportions seem fine mostly. I think the eyes are almost weirdly placed. They're also looking at me specifically. Like, they're having a little couple moment, and I'm not involved. Like, I'm just in the room, I guess, but they're both looking at me like I'm the one they're both attracted to. I'm over here. Like, you guys, all power to you. I don't know why I'm in the room, but I'll leave. You know, why are you both staring at me though? There's a second photo? Okay, yeah, I mean, new array of problems. There's a lot of hands going on here. This one's not as uncanny. It's still, I get what they mean, but it's like, this isn't trying to be realistic, you know? This one is just like, it's just two people. The shading seems a little weird maybe? I don't know. I'm not an artist at all, so I feel like I'm not qualified for this. No one even asked me to deduce what makes this image uncanny, but I'm gonna say it's their eyes locked in on me. Also, I don't know, just the mouth and the biting of the ear, and they're both looking at me, and the like eye placement and the shading, and they're both looking right at me, by the way, which is not okay. Okay, here we go. Another TikTok one. Okay. I'm gonna say something random and then I'm gonna work my way back from there. You know how in Game of Thrones, this is gonna be relevant, I promise. You know how in Game of Thrones, the kid who played Joffrey, the actor who played Joffrey, like the most hateable character of all media, people like hated him in real life, even though he was just acting in the show. Like people were just like mean to him and called him names and whatever. He got like really a lot of hate because he was such a hateable character. People are stupid, bro. It's like, dude, he was acting. Same feeling has happened to me right now though. I'm like, this makes me so uncomfortable, but it's just someone who's really good at it. They're doing it on purpose, but it's like this weird, like, it just, I know, you know what I mean? I don't know how to put it in more words than that, or less words than that, you know? It makes me like believe this person's really like this, and I'm like, well, stop it, you know? But it's like, it's for the thing. They're doing a good job at the thing, but it makes me wanna just be like, stop it. No, don't do that anymore. That's freaking weird, dude. But they're doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing, and they're doing it really well. So, I mean, hopefully that analogy makes sense. That's what I'm feeling right now. That like, knock it off. You know, they're really good at the motions, but it makes me uncomfortable, and I want them to stop. Don't look, yeah. This man is reportedly wanted for murder in my neighboring county. Oh joy. Dude, it's like uncanny low-res John Cena. And like, this looks like John Cena with a hat on, doesn't it? Okay, not anymore, but you know what I mean. Very uncanny looking guy. Wow, dude. Is this like a joke? I don't know if it is. Whoa, hold on. What's with the face? Like, look at this, these killer eyes, dude. Dang. Okay, if this guy really is like a wanted for murder suspect and these are actual just like candid photos of him, yeah, I think he murdered someone. I think I believe that. I think I believe that very easily. And maybe that's, you know, maybe I should see some evidence first or whatever, but like, he kind of seems like a crazy person. This is just not even a human. This is I don't believe in lizard people, but holy smokes, top contender right here. The up close pictures are like still pretty uncanny. Not as uncanny as the like low res distant ones, but he just kind of has a soulless look in his eyes, you know? Imagine this is just pictures of a regular guy and someone made up the murder part and I'm just like, man, this guy looks soulless, dude. And it's just some guy that didn't want his photo shared. I always think about that. Yeah, I'm really trusting people's stories sometimes. Within reason. I think I have a decent radar for when things are just made up, but you know what I mean? Yeah, it really looks like a mannequin or like a person wearing another person's skin or something. Like, again, not really in these photos. His face shape looks more normal here, but like, this is just strange. It looks like a mask. That's scary. Okay, we got a TikTok. Oh, when your skin starts peeling off at a party. Yikes. Ooh, nice. Good concept. Taking the like overdone Uncanny Valley makeup trend thing, but making it into like a horror short with like a story, you know? I like that. Peeling the face off. It's a little morbid, guys. Whoa. Morbid content on Greg's channel. It's usually so family friendly. But yeah, that's such a nice effect there. Her little collection of faces. And then look, now she's uncanny underneath. Somehow wearing a mask is less uncanny than her actual face. That's something. If wearing a mask of a person's face is less uncanny than your actual face, you're in trouble, you know? You might be this guy. That's good though. I like it. Fantastic. Good work. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast's face and his veneers. Mr. Beast has been looking uncanny lately, dude. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, not even just the thumbnails of his videos, which is usually what I see pop up on my feed, even though I don't click them. YouTube still sends them to me all the time. Oh, you want to watch Mr. Beast now? But yeah, he's been looking uncanny. He's always been a little uncanny, but he's been looking more uncanny because he doesn't even look like himself anymore. He looks like he's been slowly replaced piece by piece. Like, who's this guy, you know? Who's this guy? And people always tell me I look like Mr. Beast, and I'm like, dude, I'm just a white guy with like a mustache thing, okay? You know, leave me alone. We all look like Mr. Beast. Okay, a lot of people sent me this. This page is this guy who does lots of really impressive dancing, but it's like, I don't know, again, it's like uncomfortable to watch because he's so good at it, but it's such a weird thing that, again, it makes me want to just be like, stop. Stop it. But he's so good at it. So here we go. There's 20 more seconds, but I think I'm good, you know? You get the idea? It's crazy impressive, but it makes me so uncomfortable to watch. I really do not enjoy watching it. It's so impressive though. Like, it's the kind of movements that I don't even know how. Like, there's not even like muscles there. Like, he's like moving his chest like as if it was, like he'll just move like part of his chest this way. And I'm like, I beg your finest pardon. What do you mean? You can't do that. Like, look at this movement. Like, look at that. What is that? And then like, doesn't it kind of go to the side at one point? Hold on. It feels like it does at least, you know? It's just really good movements. Like, it kind of moves this way, moves that way, moves this way, but like 10 times better than I could ever do, you know? It's insane. It really is. I probably said it's crazy, and that's crazy a bunch. I gave up on that a little while ago, but this is insane. And I even would say that this is crazy. It really is. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is some wild stuff. Yeah, really impressive. And I'm pretty sure that this guy's page is all sorts of dances like this, you know? It's definitely like, he's really talented at what he's doing, but it is inherently pretty uncanny because the motions are so animatronic and non-human-like. Like, they don't even make sense to me. Anyway, pretty good stuff. Here we go. A seller on Facebook Marketplace has so many hyper-realistic babies. And for some reason, this one is like, a character from Avatar, like a Na'vi. Why? And more than one? Whoa, yikes. Dang. Yeah, these are creepy, dude. Does this one permanently screaming, crying like that? I don't think it can change, right? Is this one permanently rolled up like this? Wow. Wow, you ain't kidding, man. There's a lot on here. And also, wouldn't you want like a default pose? You know, why would, or like a default face? This is crazy. We've actually seen things like this before. Why would you want this one? I mean, that sounds really mean out of context, but like, I mean, if you're gonna get a baby doll, why would you want it permanently in this figuration where it's like staring at you like it's looking at the sun, licking its mouth, and its limbs are all just kind of doing random things, you know? That's crazy. Especially this one. Why would you want one that's permanently scream crying? You're gonna never feel like you're doing a very good job, you know? I don't feel qualified to talk about this because I'm pretty sure, and this is just me spitballing based on what I think I read about last time, a lot of these are for people who like lost kids in the past, so there's like kind of a non-nefarious reason for this. You know, it's obviously really sad. I mean, I don't know about these blue ones. This feels like maybe you're just way too big of a fan of the movies and you wish your kid was blue. Like, imagine your parents like buy a blue baby after you were born and they're like, man, why couldn't you have been blue, Timothy? Parents do set some unrealistic expectations for their kids, you know? It really messes them up. Last one. Same thing as the first one we started with, where it slowly morphs. I don't know why I'm putting headphones on, like as if there's gonna be anything other than copyrighted music on this video and dumb AI voice. Yep, we're gonna have to replace the music on this one, but I get to hear it. All right. Uncanny Mona Lisa. Again, the smile is getting like smaller and taller. Oh, the mouth is opening. The eyes are getting bigger. The hair is getting more frayed and overgrown. Mouth opening further. Pupils getting bigger. Iris is getting bigger. It's only irises now. How are there 22 more seconds left? This is fine. We're good here. The form that this face previously had is completely gone. This is now just a screeching banshee. 20 more seconds. Let's see. We're about to watch the Mona Lisa turn into an atom. It feels like it's getting less uncanny because it's so far from human-like. This is just a baked potato now, man. You lost me. I think peak Uncanny Valley was like right here, you know? And then it's like, okay, we're gone. It's a ripped tortilla. It's a burrito with holes in it, you know? But pretty creepy, you know? The first half of it, there's something really creepy about watching a face slowly morph from real looking, you know, and familiar. I really don't like it. It would almost be better if it was even slower. Because like you can actually watch the mouth open. I think the first time we ever saw one of these like slow morphing ones, it was so slow it was almost imperceptible. But this one, it's like we reached Uncanny Valley like tip top in 25 seconds. Whereas if it took us a whole minute to get here, it would have been even more uncanny, but still good. I think it was great. All right, well, I think that's enough. Don't you think? It feels like we looked at a lot of things and I feel sufficiently spooked and uncomfortable, and I feel good about stopping there. The Uncanny Valley stuff is fun to look at. It's still like a cursed image, TikTok horror, like it's still in there, but it's very specific and I like it. I don't know how many times we'll do this going forward. I think we're already doing it less and less. I don't think it's as popular now. Like when the whole TikTok like makeup trend was going on, there was a lot of Uncanny Valley videos popping up and like interest. It's not like that hot of a topic now, but it does fit this channel really well. So, you know, we'll check it out every now and then. But yeah, hopefully you guys still like this. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching until the end. That's huge, unless you skipped to the end for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't yet and feel like it. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be a week from whenever I posted this one. I do one every weekend. And yeah, I'll see you there. Bye-bye. Be good.